When you hear the word hospitality, what word or phrase comes to your mind? Hospitality. Anyone?
Welcoming.
Welcoming. Warmth.
Food.
Food. There you go. After my own heart. Comfortable. Anything else?
Generous.
Generous.
My wife.
Ed's wife.
Acceptance.
Acceptance. Okay, so there are many different expressions of hospitality. This morning, I invite us to reflect on the hospitality of the present moment with an emphasis on listening. Today's gospel puts listening front and center. Mary listened intently to Jesus, who didn't dismiss the other aspects of hospitality, but rather prioritized listening. Let's now take a few minutes to consider what the hospitality of the present moment looks like and how listening is at the heart of it. We experience present moments in countless ways. Here are just a few. When we pass someone as we walk along the street, it's important to listen to their body language and our intuition. In some cases, a friendly, "Hi, how are you?" is appropriate. Other times, a smile or just a nod in acknowledgement of them is enough. When we experience the happy sounds of summer, children playing in the park, or the night sounds of the locusts or cicadas, it's good to listen, not only to their voices, but also to how these melodies are speaking to us at a deeper level in our soul. There are also some difficult present moments that we would rather not welcome into our life, yet are a reality we have to face. They could be an illness, the loss of a loved one or of a relationship, or suffering close to home or thousands of miles away. To be hospitable to ourselves in these instances, listening to how these moments feel inside ourselves and honestly acknowledging them is essential, as well as asking someone to listen to us, whether a trusted friend or a professional advisor. We may face a present moment in our family or another group that challenges us to listen to varying perspectives on the hot button issues of the day: education funding, abortion, immigration policy, and others. Listening is key to a constructive living out of that moment. The hospitality of the present moment calls us to listen well to ourselves and to the God enfleshed all around us. Let's now consider a couple of examples. The first is a simple one. Last weekend, Stan and I had our 7-month-old twin grandsons, Carson and Michael, overnight while their parents attended a wedding. They were absolutely delightful. We had so much fun watching the babies crawl and play with their colorful toys on our floor. There were two simple moments in particular that I believe embodied Jesus's message about the hospitality of listening. One was at dinner time. They loved eating their food and were the epitome of happiness both during and after their meal. When they finished, we just sat there talking to them and soaking up the love of their smiles, baby sounds, and presence. That present moment brought us to listen deeply to their joyful hearts and contented spirits, and just bask in that time with them. The other experience occurred when Stan and I were each holding them. All of a sudden, Mikey went from smiles to crying. And of course, we couldn't figure out what was wrong. So I brought Carson over to him. As he touched Mikey's arm and they gave each other kisses, Mikey calmed down immediately and his tears evaporated. This heartfelt moment of hospitality shared by these little boys showed the power of a listening heart and the actions listening brought them to take. The second illustration is about the hospitality of a family-owned hostel on the Appalachian Trail in Virginia, where they offer food and shelter, just as Abraham and Sarah did in our first reading this morning. In a recent issue of the Appalachian Trail magazine, Woods Hole Hostel was highlighted, not only for its beautiful, inviting space, but also for the extraordinary hospitality of its owner, Neville Harris. Hospitality, though, became synonymous with this hostel long before Neville owned it. Her grandparents had lived in the cabin for many years before opening it as a hostel in 1986. Neville's childhood memories of listening to her grandparents share stories with the hikers brought her to love the community of hikers and the nurture that nature gives on the trail. Shortly after her grandparents passed away, she moved into the hostel and has been providing hospitality there since 2009. Neville not only engages in conversation with the hikers, but at a deeper level, she listens to what each hiker needs, whether it be food, sleep, or social interaction. Neville also listened to her inner voice in taking on this journey of hospitality and said that she has grown personally from her experiences there. She shares these faith-filled words. Faith is that the trail will always be there. Love is the community that hikes. Hope is the trail volunteer, the trail angel, and the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. And joy is the result. This hospitality of the present moment is one that brings together the inviting space of Woods Hole Hostel. Hikers from all over craving a place of rest and shelter. The warmth and welcome of the owner, Neville Harris, and the beauty of the trail itself. In these two examples just mentioned, Carson was in tune with Michael and Neville with the hikers in providing hospitality. Whether a simple family moment, a fleeting one with strangers, or a more complex one of loss or suffering, we are each called to live the hospitality of the present moment and listen to its wisdom. Let us each ponder how our present moments are inviting us to listen at the feet of wisdom, as Mary did. Listen, and you will grace yourself and others with a beautiful gift.